So welcome back to another video. Now, as I've also mentioned, as I've previously mentioned in the previous video, I live in a very challenging and loud environment. So there's going to be very disturbing noises that you're gonna be hearing in the background. Hopefully you can just bear with me with that, but not to just drift from the purpose of this video. So in today's video I am talking about the experiences that I've experienced from day 1 and going to day 3, so the first 3 days. So day 1, we are pretty excited for this journey because it's day 1. We are starting everything that we are actually experiencing on day 1 is just something that is new to us because we are doing it for the first time, right? And we don't really feel it as challenging. We more so excited for it. So me eating one meal, it's making me feel proud for being in this journey. Me training, me meditating, it's making me feel very good about myself, more than the discomfort it is making me feel. Then comes day 2. Day 2, it's a pretty solid day as well. We are just doing the same things. Obviously we are being consistent and we do not really feel like any discomfort or whatsoever, and therefore we just like day 1, it's like practically a normal day. So we are just still excited because it's day 2. Nothing much is really happening, so we are just it's just vibes basically. At this point it's just vibes. And yeah, bro, it's a lot of noise that is coming from the background. Bear with me, gang. So comes then day 3. Now, day 3 is where things actually start to change, or rather, let's say, this is when now I'm starting to experience these changes in my body, in my mind, right? Because day 3 is when I actually woke up and I realized, damn, my body feels different. I feel heavy and I feel tired. As I woke out of bed on day 3, I remember like my bones, my chest bones specifically, made a very weird crackling sound for some reason, but I haven't had that same experience since. So that's probably just was once in a lifetime thing. But yeah, I was just very discomfortable when I woke up day 3, and I remember just feeling very hungry. Like I woke up and I'm super hungry. It's like I hadn't eaten in like a whole day or something. It's like I slept without eating. And this is where like the real results, or rather the body was really feeling the process. And it is so stressful to record, trying to record in peace, but hey man, this is the life we chose. Not technically chose, but yeah, you get the idea, man. We are here, we're gonna tag it out. So day 3, bro, we woke up very hungry. I remember that in my head, my mind was running these dialogues, trying to convince me to eat a lot today, because it was thinking, damn, I'm really hungry. Like it's just a normal reaction from the brain. We have the sensation of being hungry, and it's trying to avoid that because it is uncomfortable at the time. So it was running these dialogues. I remember, it's telling me, yo, today what we're gonna cook this, we must cook enough, so that we can have a big plate and this and that. And I'm just sitting here and I'm just observing. I'm like, damn, bro, let me just journal, because this is like, this is basically progress. This is the first that we are actually getting the brain to be thinking these things. And we did journal that, and yeah, I told myself in the journal that I won't be listening to that, because that's basically the old frequency trying to get me, trying to get me to eat so that I can feel like shit. I can feel like I'm no longer committed to this journey. And once you no longer feel like you are committed to the journey, you become a target, in the spiritual realm for attacks. And I know one attack that is deadly, and that is the urge to relapse. So I knew that was where this thing was going. So I told myself, I'm gonna stick to my plan. I'm going to eat one meal, and I'm gonna just eat a portion of a food, not a lot. And that's what I did. And I also did all the other things that I am supposed to do on a single day basis. So yeah, that was day 3. Yeah, we really felt it on day 3. Yeah, we were really hungry, we were really uncomfortable, and yeah, but we did manage to thug it out and make it through. Now come day 4, and day 4, this is where things now are just starting to feel normal. We are now starting to feel like, okay, we are getting a hang of this. We feel that we are empty stomach, but we are acknowledging that we are now living in this new evolved higher lifestyle. Therefore, we are embodying this new way of living and identifying from this new perspective. Therefore, it was becoming much more easier to just live, day-to-day life, with this type of lifestyle. So day 4, I would say, was pretty smooth compared to day 3. Yeah, we didn't really have too much temptation to eat on day 4, and we were really just starting to really adapt to the process, if I can put it like that. So day 4 was pretty smooth, nothing much, no complaints. Yeah, day 4 was pretty smooth. And then comes day 5. Now day 5 was an interesting day. Not trying to go into too much detail, but on day 5, my older brother, he came to the house, and for whatever reasons, he decided to hold an intervention. So him, my father, they called me in and started voicing their complaints, telling me that I'm not okay, I got depression, because I'm always in my room, dog. Like, I'm always in my room. I just prefer to be in my room all the time, bro. And I don't even talk to the person that I live with, because my brother, he doesn't live here, he lives alone. So I live with my father. So I never talk to my father, bro, even though we stay at the same house. So these bros are just talking like, yo, we don't even talk to you, we don't know what's going on with you, are you depressed, what are your plans for this year, what are you trying to do, all of the basic bullshit the family tries to trap you with. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, damn, bro, it's this conversation again. And I'm like, damn, I'm not even trying to be listening to this conversation at this point. But yeah, I just sit there and yeah, they just talk. And I remember just after that whole event, coming back, and I just felt super angry. I felt angry mostly at myself, because as I've mentioned, it's been so long since I've been out of high school, and yet I haven't really achieved anything for myself. And I was mad that because since then I knew I wanted better from myself, but I haven't had anything to prove that I was making any progress in life. So everything they said to me, it was valid because I had nothing to prove like there was any improvement in my life. So I just felt mad at myself. I was very angry at myself for just being who I am. And yeah, man, but yeah, that was that. The anger when I woke up the following day was no longer there. So yeah, that was just that. It was just a crazy event, but that did not stop me from staying committed to what my lifestyle is now, which is eating one meal, doing the things that we're doing, training, meditating, all that good stuff. We did still have a good, productive day 5, which was Friday, 20th Feb. Yeah, it's just that just was the significant event, the highlight of the day, if I could put it like that. But I genuinely didn't take it personal. It is what it is. They are family. You guys are just concerned. But honestly, bro, I just prefer not to talk about the things that I go through. I prefer to experience everything that I experience. I journal these experiences, and I will be posting them. That's why I'm making these videos. So yeah, talking to people doesn't really solve much unless you can give me solutions. But I don't really want solutions because I understand what path I am in. Therefore, I know what the road requires of me. So yeah. Moving forward to day 6. So on Saturday, we had a good day. We actually did, my laundry. I know it's irrelevant to mention it, but I had this big bag of laundry that needed to be washed. I think it was accumulated from the past 2 months or something, and I was just so lazy to do it. I finally did it, and I felt really good that I did it. Clean my room as well, and something about just cleaning your space, your environment, it just clears your mind as well. So yeah, that was very good for my mental state. But overall, we did have a good Saturday. We did eat only one meal. We did train. We did do all the other things, fast, meditate, back test, all the good stuff, bro. All the good stuff. Yeah, it was a very solid day. And I realized that on Saturday, I was actually way more happier with this lifestyle in terms of I feel more alive now. It feels natural for me to be in this state, to be this way, to not always have food in my gut system. When I eat one meal a day, it helps me, bro, with the removal of the brain fog. Sometimes, I am more focused, I have more clarity, but at the same time I do have energy, but the sensation of empty stomach is still there, although it is very, very, very less discomforting compared to the previous days, like when we were still starting out. Like on day 6, it was just completely very close to normal at this point. Not that we're not feeling it, and not that we're not being tempted, we are now stronger, and are able to resist, the temptations, and we're actually finding pleasure from living this way now compared to when we were constantly indulging in the food, the porn, and all the bad habits, and the smoking of the weed and the drinking of the alcohol. Now we feel more and more connected to our bodies. We feel more in tune with ourselves, and I feel my body is beginning to heal and restore itself back to its natural state, and that is really, really good. I used to feel this terrible sensation in my stomach, but now I can slowly, surely, but feel it's getting better and better by the day. So that's very, very motivating, and yeah, man, it's the perks of this journey, I guess. And mind you, we are still just on day 6. Well, technically day 7, but this is just the first week, and we have the whole year in front of us. And not saying that we're not gonna go beyond the year, but I'm just saying there's still time, bro, and there's still a lot we're gonna go through, and we're here for it. So yeah, this is the end of this video. Now that is all the update I have for you guys for the first week of this journey, this path, and hopefully there will be just one person who might resonate. But honestly, I already am that person, you know. So yeah, man, I don't really care. I mean, my ego does want to be recognized, of course, but my soul doesn't really care about the numbers, the people, and the things and the whatnots. So yeah, that's it, bro. And that's the end of the video. I'm gonna end it here, and I will see you on the next video. Cheers.